Good morning. I'm going to try to do another video since I'm up at a decent hour. So let me tie up my head real quick. Okay, so now my hair is tied up as I said in my last video. Since the pandemic started, I've been, wearing masks like everybody else, but I don't like the ones with the ear loops, so I tie them up, and since I don't want to keep tying up in my hair, I've just been putting my hair up to keep it protected. Let's see, I guess I'll do a part 2 of favorites. I already put on my jojoba oil. We'll use my favorite Laura Geller Spackle Mattifying Primer again. And I guess I'll do a check-in after work today too, so you can see how much of my makeup actually stays on, since I'll be wearing a mask all day. So yesterday I used the Juvia's Place foundation in the shade Togo, which is that one. I want to bring it up further so you guys can see that it's, I know it's too light for down here, but as you can see when it gets up there, it's, pretty good. Today we use my other one, which is the Urban Decay Stay Naked in the shade 80CG. Again, that's what that one looks like. I put on 4 pumps of that. So even though this one has pretty decent coverage too, it is pretty watery, so my sponge will soak up a lot of it. Okay. Before I highlight, I'm going to put on primer. I plan on wearing a pretty bright green, so instead of trying out the e.l.f. primer for you to see today in the clay, I'm going to use my Muse primer again in the shade Clean Slate. And today I will highlight with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Deep Dark 50. It's a little bit richer than the Warm Sand from LA Girl that I used yesterday, which is fine because I don't need to have everything super light, just need it brightened, which this has that orangey undertone. So it does brighten, and then also it won't detract so much from my eyes since it's a little bit deeper. I set my concealer same as usual with the Ben Nye Pretty Pink powder. Just threw a towel on because I'm actually trying to wear this shirt today with my cardigan for work. And even though I don't don't do concealer up here very much, I still put powder up there. It's just I don't need both, it's too much. Same with my chin. I don't put any concealer down there, but I still do the powder. And then I do try to get a lot of extra powder under my eyes before I do my eyeshadow, so it'll catch any fallout. Today, this is the mask I'll be wearing. Well, I guess the inside has more of the bright green than the outside, but this is the one I'll be wearing, and so I'm going to try to use a lot of this color right there. And again, I'm using that Cat Lady brush, which I don't know what brand it's from because I've had it for years. And I'm going into Vibrant Lime Green from Coastal Scents, which is one of my favorites. Then I'm going to go into Prehistoric Green from Coastal Scents. And do that up here as a little bit of a highlight. And basically, I'm going to pack that in, and then I'm going to buff it out so it blends in. I'm not trying to make it too obvious that it's lighter. Okay. Then I'm going to go into Prehistoric Green from Coastal Scents. If you didn't know already, my favorite color is green. Okay, then I'm going to go into my neutrals and bases. Wait, where's my spray? Usually I would use rose water, but as I mentioned yesterday, I misplaced my rose water. So I'm using actual setting spray. We're going to go into Incognito from Coastal Scents. No, this is the e.l.f. flat eyeshadow brush. That's weird. So both my e.l.f. brush and my Furless brush are loose. The same shape. Maybe I misuse them in the same way. Okay, wiping off my brush. I'm going in with the AOA Studio E113. And I'm going into Fresh Chive from Coastal Scents. And that was for the outer edges. I'm going to go back into Python Green for this inner area. I'm just blending it on top of where I had the Prehistoric Green and the Incognito. Okay, so I've got my BH Cosmetics Base Booster, Glitter and Shadow Glue. And I guess I will use that. And Prehistoric Green to make myself some eyeliner. Not winning today, not winning. Oh, well, that seems to work, okay. So now it's making the proper paint for eyelining, yay! Okay, well, speaking of favorites, I also have this makeup eraser pen from e.l.f. And I'm gonna go back into Prehistoric Green and just do my bottom lash. And then just to brighten things up just a smidge, I'm going back into Vibrant Lime Green. Right there in the corner. Okay, still a mess, but we're not done. So I'm done with my mattes. I'm gonna figure out if I want to put on any sparkly somethings. Yeah. So we're good. So I guess we're done with the eyeshadows. So I'm gonna brush off my bake. I'm going to use my Ben Nye Ebony Powder to contour. And this is my e.l.f. Cheek Cream and Powder Brush. Okay, and I feel like doing some contouring blush too. So we're going to use Abby from the Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Volume 1. And then I'm going to use Zane from that same palette. And then we'll finish my face off with the Ben Nye Nutmeg Powder as per usual. Then brush the powder out of my brows. Okay, and again, I don't have my rose water, so I'm going to be using my fixing spray. Actually, no. We're going to use the Revolution Hyaluronic Hydrating Plumping Makeup Fixing Spray. This is a little bit more moisturizing. It kind of does the same thing as rose water, so I'll use that first. That layer just kind of helps melt things together. And I'm going to go into my waterline with this Ben Nye Kelly Green pencil. This is like an all-over, you can wear it anywhere pencil. Ooh, I might actually do my lips since it's a matte pencil, so it should stay on. I think I'll do that, but I do need to line it with a little darker first. So first I'm going to line with the Coastal Scents green pencil since it's a little bit darker. And then I'm going to go in with this Kelly Green from Ben Nye. I think I like. Since I am worried about this not staying on, I'm going to take the pencil with me just in case. Because I feel like that's one of those shades that, since it's not natural, if and when it fades, it's going to look bad. I'm going to spray my face final. Okay. I'm going to let my face dry and I'll be right back. Okay, and I actually have a couple seconds, which means I get to put on eyeliner again. I'm going to use the roller liner from Benefit, just because it's in my hand. And some quick mascara. Bow Gal Bang by Benefit. I'm not going to do my bottom lashes today because we'll do some highlight with the Holographic Lights Strobe Highlighter from Revolution. And this little tiny brush. And I don't do my brows because I really don't have time to mess. If I mess that up, it's over. So no brows today, which I probably don't do brows most days, and I won't until I can do it properly. So I'm gonna put a mask, which I'm not have to put on just yet. So I'm gonna let my lipstick dry a little more. Actually. That's just some of the, God, what is this powder? RCMA No Color Powder. I think that's a bad idea. Oh, wait. One of these once again. Oh, and I got powder. Oh, one of my friends told me that if you put setting spray in your mask, It's also supposed to help from getting all over your mask, you know, if the setting spray dries. So I'll just wear my mask like this until I get to work. And then I'll put it on. Okay, I think that's it. I got to go. Yeah, so yep, that's all I've got going on. Bye. Okay, so we're at we're about 10 and a half hours. This is what my makeup is looking like. So I think it held up pretty well. Oh, I got some eye boogies, I apologize. Well, I'm gonna have some come off there. Ow. And well, my lipstick did not last, but it held up on my face pretty well. I don't know. I mean, it depends on where you are with the lighting, whether or not the coloring looks good. But I mean, the coloring all over my face is different, so I don't know. I think that works. Oh, and then you can see my mask, how much I had transfer, but you know, not a ton. I'm sorry, I just realized that I did not mention, I did not touch up my lips at all. So this isn't just like it turned out badly. It just, I didn't do any touch-ups to my lips or anything else, and it looks a little rough. Look, you know, a little old and a little hairy. And you know, I didn't use any concealer, so that's why there's like weird little spots there. But I look a little old and a little hairy because I am a little old and a little hairy, so bye. So I got in an order from Midas. NeonMUA did a collaboration with Midas, and he did, I think it's Dusk Till Dawn or Dawn Till Dusk, but, or maybe it probably says in the back here. It does not. But anyway, it's either Dusk Till Dawn or Dawn Till Dusk, and I got his face palette in this shade, in the Midnight collection. There's 4. The deepest one is Midnight, which might be a little bit too dark for me, but the undertones are like so good that I decided I was gonna give this one a try. So this is the Midnight palette, and it comes with the mirror. And I did already swipe this one when I was at work. Let's see, which I get, you can kind of see it. But, so for the highlight, that's a nice coppery, bronzy. I'm not a fan of gold, which is one of the other reasons why I got this palette, so the shade up. But that's the highlight. This is the blush. This is the bronzer. I'd probably use this as contour. I don't really understand how to use bronzer properly, but yeah, that'll look good as a subtle contour, I think. And then the contour shade, I'll put that here. And I think I can get away with that. That's actually why I'm swiping today, because I want to see, I'm going to try to wear this tomorrow, but I want to make sure these are actually wearable so I don't have to spend a whole day looking crazy. I don't have to, but I think that'll work. And that is very deep, but I think that'll make a decent contour. I might have been a little too heavy there, but I think that would work. Well, let's see. So the contour shade in this palette is that. And I'm at the end of the day. This is like 10 hours later, so yeah, my lips are trash. Sorry. Okay, so what I did is I just kind of cleaned off my hand a bit because I want to look at the Sculpt, which I guess will be the bronzer here in the Black Radiance palette. This is their Sculpt. And usually the only thing I use this for actually is a corrector because this is too dark, so I mix those two to make a good contour. So that's Black Radiance. And this is the one from the Midnight palette. Yeah, that one stands out too much. This is more subtle and no. So this is the bronzer one. thinking it kind of reminds me of, yeah, I think it might remind me of the way that the Abby from the Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette works from Juvia's Place. Guess this is Abby. Doo -doo 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 -doo. Yeah, they're really close. That's the one I use for contouring blush. So I can use this bronzer as my contouring blush. Let's compare these highlighters. So again, here is the Midnight palette. That's Midnight, or Midnight Highlight. And then from the Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette, I'm gonna use Zara. See, that one's a little more orangey. And then, so we got Lila. Let's see. This one's a little bit more red. So yeah, so they're all different. That's cool. But I'm really thinking I am liking this palette. So I will probably be wearing that tomorrow. I've got 2 more things to share. Only one of them is actually makeup. A little sponge from Midas Cosmetics. Because why not? And it comes in a little case. I love containers. And then the last thing I got was this Diamond Eye Pigment in the shade Green Apple. As you know, I just can't resist green things. Okay, so I just put a little bit in the cap. So that's what that looks like, just, you know, slathered on dry. So I'm gonna put the pigment booster right there. Oh, that is fantastic. Look at that. That's gonna be an eye pigment. That's going to be highlight. I'm gonna be looking ridiculous tomorrow and I love it. Look at that. Okay, now we're done.